Hey YouTube, what is up? How is everybody doing today? I hope your days are going good, and your lives are going even better than that. We are gonna be jumping into our next Shadow of Intent song for the day. It is going to be from Ruin We Rise. This is the second one that released. I'm trying to do it in the order of which they released, so this one was the second one they released after Intensified Genocide. I think they put a month in between all of them, and then we have till January the 14th until the new album comes out specifically, which is going to be amazing. I can't fucking wait. But without further ado, we're going to analyse and listen and just see how this is, because generally with Shadow of Intent, their songs generally they change as it goes between different parts of the album, so until we hear the album being cohesively, like, it's kind of hard to pinpoint whereabouts in the album we are with all of this, but we're just going to check it out, see what's going to happen, see what they're changing up, and let's jump into this shit. I don't even want to fucking pause it, man. This is so different. Like, Shadow of Intent have gone to a point where they are literally going pure death metal, where they're literally making it into that death metal point where, like, even, like, Ben's vocals they've improved. I don't know exactly how, I can't pinpoint it, but, like, you know how when you first saw Shadow of Intent, his vocals have always been beastly, they've always been amazing, they've always been ridiculous and just crazy to listen to. But when you listen to it in this kind of way, you just see that he's so refined in his tone. His tone is even more refined in this album than it was even on Melancholy, and on Reclaimer, and on all the other albums, and on every fucking thing else that we've heard from him thus far. And that he's really changed up his tone to make this really work. I love that it's slow. Like, it's the first time that I've ever really heard Shadow of Intent try something a bit slower, just try to get the heaviness in there. It's more of a, like, kind of like, it's an emphasis, like, the drums are emphasizing exactly what Ben is saying. Like, I think it's going to build and build and build and go into that Shadow of Intent style that we absolutely fucking adore. But it's just amazing, and the lyrics so far, it's ridiculous, man. Newcomers dance and sing, relieved by the passing of spring. They feel the grace of the sun, their misfortune has not yet begun, where the men used to come for their drinks. Where the children would play endlessly, they have taken our everything, they know not what tomorrow shall bring. On the opposite side of the field, a vengeance that shall never yield. Fathers weep for their sons, their suffering cannot be undone. So I believe this is towards the beginning of the album, as it seems like this whole album is going to be based on war and death and destruction, and about a thing where society is breaking apart, and the masses are going to start destroying and slaughtering each other, and it's going to turn into something crazy. It's going to be something ridiculous, and I can't wait to hear the full theme of the album, to analyse it, to break it down, just to listen to it and enjoy it, as I've been waiting so long for another Shadow of Intent album. I know it's only been like 2 years, don't get me wrong, like a year, 2 years, somewhere around there, but I know, I just fucking adore this band, Buster. I'm talking way too much for the very start of the song, but let's keep going. Fuck me, man. That lyrical theme is fucking insane. Just all of it, like how I thought it was going to build and build and build, but no, I think this is maybe not at the start either. Maybe I was mistaken with that, but how this is all coming to pass. Why cry? From squalor and the ruins we rise. They reap what they've sown. We arise past the horizon, a paradise. But here the rivers run red with blood. Dregs of the world sink through the eyes. Less than the dung below the flies. People are seen as below filth. They're seen as nothing and worthless, complete and utter shit. Fields of the dead bake in the light. Children, women, and men, their bodies lie in like a war-torn city or something like that, where the bodies are piled and piled and piled, where there's thousands and thousands of dead. It could be based on any kind of like war event, or in the past, in the future, what's happening. I don't know specifically, as I'm just kind of jumping into the middle of an album, so it's kind of hard for me to gauge exactly where we are. But it's definitely based on like just a huge amount of suffering and death, and just a whole society breaking the fuck apart. Tell me why, oh why, limbs contorted, anatomical morbid distortions, as a biblical limit the purging, in our heart is a rage ever burning. I just love that fucking line, just how it works so well. At a biblical limit, like, because of how much death there is in the Bible. If you get into that biblical limit, then you get into that very high fucking range of death. It's just ridiculous. And I just love the way that they're gauging it, that they're changing. Even lyrically, they're starting to become much more death metal, like, just like with the way they're describing all the death and the destruction and the purging and everything being war-torn and fucked up. And it's very, very poetic, like fucked up but poetic at the same time, if you know what I mean. And so we're going into them attacking with 1,000 scornings. They look upon us like death is emerging, beginning the righteous charge, disparaging. And we're going to keep going to maybe the end of the song so we can analyse and enjoy. And fuck, this is amazing and crazy. And oh man, I cannot wait for this album. It's fucking beastly, like that dude says in the comment. Let's keep going.
Now it's our turn for the stories in revelation. Analysis warming skies where our rockets are whirling, falling down to us screaming and bursting. Miles and miles of corpses, living witness to vindictive forces. As far as the eyes can see, if it's hard to wouldn't believe, and I would just
That's fucking... excuse me, that's fucking amazing and insane. Now it's our turn for the scourging. With the hatred relentlessly swarming, skies wail as rockets are hurling, falling down to earth, screaming and bursting. Miles and miles of corpses, they bear witness to vindictive forces, as far as the eyes can see. If you saw it, you wouldn't believe it. When will these fucking wars end? It's very much a political statement. It could be said to anything that's happening in the world today. It could be for anything in wars from past. It could be any of those things. It's just like a huge conflict where millions of people are dying for no fucking reason, where there's miles of corpses where people are just suffering and destroying each other and like fucking themselves up for no reason. Countries are going to war for no reason and they're destroying each other for no reason. And the same with anything that we do. Any wars that we have nowadays, they don't need to be. Even the wars in the past which we learn from, do we really learn from them? Or do we just keep fucking going with them? You know what I mean? I can totally see this from any kind of point of view. This could be war in the past, it could be war in the present, it could be a huge political statement from Shadow of Intent, which is amazing to listen to. As honestly, like, just the destruction and the death. I think just like Ben's vocals just really emphasize it, because he's doing his vocals in such a way that they're not the really crazy, fast, very difficult to pick up vocals. They're the very easy kind to hear. We can really understand what he's trying to say. And I think that was very purposeful in the song, and it's very much that statement that he's trying to make with it. Like, still that epic Shadow of Intent, amazing, fast brutality that we've grown to fucking enjoy and love. But also the statements and just them growing as a band, as people, and not moving away from Halo and where they began, and just moving into different themes and just letting everything come together amazingly. And then we end, of course, with amazing solo. Just the way that the solo went up and up and up and up, it was so fucking amazing. Either way, why cry? From squalor and ruin we rise. They reap what they've sown. Arise, arise. Past the horizons lay paradise. But here the rivers run red with blood because of the death, because of everything. And the drumming on point. The new drummer is fucking sick. Like, just as good as the old drummer. Just amazing. Just like, I just love the way this is different from everything else that we've ever heard from Shadow of Intent. And I just cannot wait to see this album. I've got to wait a whole month, but I think it's going to be definitely worth it in the long run. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down below in the comments if you'd like. Have a wonderful day, evening, or night. And I will catch you guys in the very next video. Until then, take it easy.